What's up, everyone? Let's see what happened with Bitcoin. Well, we were looking at the price somewhere at this area last time, and you remember I pointed out three possible ways of the price evolution in my opinion, and indeed the one which I expected the most happen. I thought that it will go higher and then dump and consolidate in this area. I expected to be rise a little higher, at least to $7,800, maybe even to $8,000, and I would be much happier if it will happen, because then we will liquidate a lot of the short orders which were open in this area. We will go above this high, which would mean that it will be a false breakout. Therefore, the following decrease in price will be much more reasonable, and I will feel much more confident in the fact that we will continue to go lower. What happened after that is that we faced with Bollinger Band's baseline over here. We had this baseline as a support. In principle, it might happen that we would have another rise right like that, and moreover, on all of the time frames, and I posted this on Telegram, on Twitter as well, we had an oversold area on 4 hours time frame, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour time frame. Everywhere we had a chance to have a reversal in this manner, or at least to go a little higher, maybe to $7,500. And indeed we had that pump, but only for $7,400, and then we broke lower again. The thing is, if you will follow the dependence on these tests of the price with the 4 hours Bollinger Band's baseline, you will find out that, let's say on the downtrend over here, we have this test like that, but the stochastic oscillator, stochastic RSI on 4 hours time frame as well, we have it at a relatively high area, meaning that in overbought conditions like here as well, we have a higher chance for the price going lower. So this test and the breakout after this test is very unlikely to happen, or at least not likely to happen. And you see we're going lower here as well. This test and overbought area for on stochastic RSI, and so on and so forth. On the other hand, when we had this test, for example, here when we had the reversal, before that it was an oversold area, and then the baseline actually was broken to the upside and price managed to hold here, and pretty much the same here as well. So we were very, very low, and with this pump price faced this baseline when we were not that much overbought, somewhere around here. So even in this purple area. And yes, after the price went down for that long, the breakout was very likely to happen. And here as well, for example, even more pronounced case, when the price approaching baseline, the stochastic RSI is in oversold area, and then reasonably we may expect the price going up. But here is the thing, and why I basically expected the possibility of the rally from this pullback from the baseline. Here we were at oversold area, but we didn't go higher or much higher after the test of this baseline. Instead, we broke it, meaning that we are kind of changing the trend from this type to this type. Of course, it's not necessarily to happen, and I will show you a couple of more signs for the price possibly going higher from that point. But now it's very important situation, very important moment, and if we will try to test the baseline from here, we'll go to $7,300 or something like that, then it will be a very fair chance to break it and go higher. However, instead, if we will not make an even attempt to test it, then yeah, it's very likely that we will go much lower, because on a daily time frame, you see, we are still pretty bearish. We filled almost entire height of this candle, so the price is very likely to go below this area, 7,130 or 50, and stochastic RSI is now oversold, printing the bearish crossover. And as many times happened before, let's say this area, you see price went down. This point, let me zoom out a little bit. This point, the price went down. This point, the price went down, and so on and so forth. So on a little bit longer time frame, we are still going down. However, as I said, we still have a chance to break this trend, and here is why. actually we are still in a pretty much negative area for the BitMEX funding and premium index. Moreover, if you look at the ratio between longs and shorts, well, on BitMEX there were more longs and shorts just recently when we had this $7,500 price, on Binance as well. But now, while on BitMEX longs and shorts are pretty much equal, but on the Binance exchange we have 62%, 63% almost for shorts. Usually, from my experience, this ratio leads to, well, at least doesn't lead to the drop immediately. So from that point of view, we still have a chance to go higher. Moreover, hash ribbons indicator. You might remember we were talking about this indicator before, and let's say when we had the drop in the end of 2018 from 6,000 to 3,000, it entered the red area, capitulation zone so-called, and it's kind of the same happened recently. We had this red zone when the price continued to tank, but just a couple of days ago we exited from this zone, and in fact we are not in the capitulation according to this indicator. So as you see, there are some of the signs of potential reversal, but still I would be very cautious, because in general, if you look at the way of the price printing highs and lows, technically we are having the channel, right? Something like this, from $6,500 to something like $7,600. If we'll continue to oscillate here, even if we'll go below $7,000, but we will not go below this zone, meaning that we might have an accumulation area within this huge zone, and it will be actually quite bullish, because then it means that after such a long drop we stopped at some point, and the momentum dragging the price lower is exhausting, and the next thing which may happen is that the exit from this zone to the upside. But we'll see. We need to stay here. We don't need to go below $6,500, so it is still a very risky situation at the moment. Well guys, for today that is it. I hope that it was useful, so see you in the next video. Safe trading, Merry Christmas, and goodbye.